and then Redwood, and then Martindale there. The concern continues. We're not seeing a super good sign that this is weakening, and certainly from the view from the radar perspective where we're looking at rain, the heaviest of the rain, it is absolutely the type of storm, the type of shape of a storm that could produce a tornado. Jim is querying some of the velocities. When you get velocities in the negative, meaning going one direction, and then you get velocities in the positive going the other direction, very close to one another, that is a telltale sign that there could be tight enough rotation in that area to put a tornado down to the ground.
And keep in mind the radar is just down the road in New Braunfels, so we're looking at a really some of the lowest levels of this thunderstorm right now. This rotation is very low. There's no doubt a significant wall cloud, if not funnel, if not tornado.
Yeah.
Let me see if we have a confirmed tornado yet, Nick. But we've got 150 mile per hour total shear at the low levels of this thunderstorm right now, directly over the city of San Marcos. Everybody should be in shelter.
Yeah, everybody basically south of Kyle in shelter, although city of San Marcos and the surrounding suburbs are where we are concentrating our focus for area of greatest concern. Of course, the National Weather Service, they're not saying that this has been spotted at any point yet, are they, Jim?
No.
They're not getting any funnel cloud reports coming in. Certainly, this is a populated enough area that if there were something out there, you would have thought that we would have heard about it by now. But certainly, we don't want you out in San Marcos outside looking around for something. It's dark now. We're getting dark, and it's going to be a tough time for people to see this thing coming. If this were an hour or two ago, you'd be looking out and maybe saying, okay, that's not coming toward me, or it is if there was a tornado. But now it's dark. It's tough to see this coming toward you, and we want your family, your pets in that tornado-safe place, lowest level of your home, away from windows. San Marcos, we're talking about you, and if you've got friends in San Marcos, shoot them a text, give them a call, make sure they're doing those things that we're telling you, and tell them to put on KXAN. So we will stay with the storm until it weakens and moves out of Hays County toward the Redwood area, would be crossing over, and out of Hays County anyway. Of course, you in Caldwell County, we're watching out for you as well. This is how it looks in, that's actually in Lockhart.
Yeah, that's Lockhart right there. Let me go back to the radar. Yeah, I'll see if I can get something on there for you.
We do have a relatively new severe thunderstorm warning for Williamson County that's worth touching upon as well. Of course, there's a populace there watching us. This is heading right for you in Georgetown. Some very heavy rain. It's right over you in Jarrell. Likely a large hail and wind threat with this one. This is diving off to the south and southeast following some of those earlier outflow boundaries. You can actually see one of those outflow boundaries just ahead of it, and then it really develops and dives south, heading toward Georgetown in the next few minutes. The city of Georgetown is under this severe thunderstorm warning. This is not a tornado warning, though, for you in Williamson County. Severe thunderstorm warning, though, for large hail and damaging winds with that one, Jeff.
Get a little hook there. Let's see if we had some rotation in that, too, right now. That is a rotating supercell thunderstorm right now, moving right toward Georgetown, Sun City. This is a supercell thunderstorm moving toward you right now. No indication of a tornado, but you could easily have wind damage and very large hail. The history of these storms this afternoon. Nick, I think if there were a tornado in San Marcos, we're going to have heard it by now. We're in multiple Slack channels. News department, let me ask our producers, if you get confirmed tornado sighting in San Marcos, please let us know immediately. Right now, Nick, just in from the National Weather Service, 2.5-inch diameter hail. That is almost baseball size, tennis ball size hail there at the outlets in San Marcos. Can you imagine the damage to all the cars? Let's see, it's 8:30. I guess most of the stores are probably closed by now, so that's probably a good thing. But that is at the outlets. Tennis ball size hail in San Marcos.
Let's pop on the hail while we're talking about it, because that is a threat as well. As much as we'll keep focusing on this potential tornado in San Marcos, here's the large hail that has yet to reach the city of San Marcos. Some of you have already reported some hail. But the bigger hail is yet to come in San Marcos. You can see golf ball size hail, the largest that we're querying there. And this is moving off to the south and east. This, too, will be crossing over I-35, causing some potential damage to cars as they drive to the south and east. They're driving right into the hail and potentially right into the possible tornado that is moving through the San Marcos area as we speak.
Yeah, I think we'll get a radar update here real quickly because I think the hail that's been reported at the outlets would be paralleling I-35.
Right.
And that's been reported to be tennis balls. So we may need a new
probably
radar.
Even bigger than this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and often, we're looking at the hail, obviously, up in the severe thunderstorm.
Right.
The hail that's hitting the ground can be hitting the ground, miles downstream, actually, from what we're seeing on the actual radar image. We're looking at the hail up in the cloud right here.
Let's put on reflectivity. I want to take a peek just at how the shape of the storm is looking, because when we broke in with this initial tornado warning, it was a very obvious hook structure to this tornado.
Wow.
Potential tornado. It seems like it still has that structure, not quite as well defined as what we had earlier here. As it's heading, it's still going to be close enough to southwestern Caldwell County, though, that I want you in your tornado safe place. Lockhart looks like you're in the clear. It's a little too northeast of you, but southwest of Lockhart, basically between Lockhart and San Marcos, you still need to be in your tornado safe place. Looks like the National Weather Service have issued a downstream severe thunderstorm warning that's going to include the city of Luling. That'll go until 9:30, but it's the tornado warning for the potential of a tornado on the ground near San Marcos. And I wouldn't be surprised once we get our next radar update here. Looks like the worst of the rotation would have been east of 35 instead of west of 35. And we can, there we go. And then here's the city of San Marcos. There's where the potential tornado is. Right now, east of I-35, near 80, north of Redwood. So right here, near North Old Bastrop Highway, FM 110. There's a city of San Marcos and downtown. So now the potential tornado would be just east of downtown San Marcos. There's 110, there's 21, there's Reedville, Martindale, Maxwell. If I'm mentioning your city, you need to be in your tornado safe places right now, as this is straddling the line between Caldwell and also southern and southeastern Hayes County.
Anybody on Highway 80. Yeah. Everybody knows Highway 80 in San Marcos. If you live on Highway 80, you need to be in a safe place right now. If there is a tornado in this storm, it is going to be paralleling, if not on Highway 80 or crossing Highway 80, there at I-35 and eventually all the way down to 130. Take your tornado precautions right now. Get to the bottom level of your home. If you live in a mobile home, you need to get out of it, get to more substantial structure. We have seen a clear what we would call TVS, tornado vortex signature, in this storm a little bit earlier. Now, Nick, as Nick was pointing out just a second ago, we're not seeing the exact same thing, although we still have a very pronounced hook, obviously, in this storm, but we don't see it wound up in terms of the velocity display like it was a few minutes ago. You want to look at that again, Nick?
Yeah, and it does. I mean, there's certainly going to be a lot of wind in this and potential wind damage in southern Hayes County. And if our producers behind the scenes can take a look at maybe some of the power outages in that area, that would be an interesting thing to find. We're not seeing quite that gate-to-gate shear that would indicate an area of super tight rotation, more of a broad rotation now.
Definitely broad, kind of messy rotation right now, as opposed to what we would expect if there were a actual tornado on the ground.
And Jim, we're close enough to the radar beam too that I would have imagined if there was a tornado, we'd have had a debris signature by now that would have been very evident and that the National Weather Service would already have picked up on, given how close the radar is to this potential tornado in southern sections of Hayes County, in portions of the San Marcos area, drifting near southwestern Caldwell County.
And thank goodness we haven't. In fact, our storm analyzer here within our system is showing still rotation in the storm, but we're not getting...
That looks to be too far southwest, I would guess.
Yeah.
It's probably northeast of Redwood, closer to Maxwell, just east of San Marcos. So Martindale, FM 110, just north of Redwood would be the area I would be most concerned with. Still, as you mentioned, Jim, right along 80, and there's SH 130 right there. So west of SH 130, right along 80, is where the area of most likely tornado development would be if we were to have one on the ground now. Still nothing from the National Weather Service? Any damage in that area?
No, the last thing we have is the 2.5-inch hail, tennis balls, tennis ball hail at the outlets in San Marcos. The new severe thunderstorm warning, interestingly enough, as you were mentioning, is not a tornado warning. It is a severe thunderstorm warning until 9:30. This same storm that you're looking at right there, that we're looking at the wind velocity pattern in this supercell thunderstorm. This same thunderstorm that has prompted the National Weather Service to issue downrange a severe thunderstorm warning, not a tornado warning, Nick. So I don't think anybody has seen a tornado. Right? Beg your pardon?
Probably has a tornado possible tag on it at least, I would guess.
Surely it does. I see radar indicated severe thunderstorm warning. If it doesn't have a tornado tag, I'm really surprised. Right. Hazard, tennis ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So
interesting.
Actually, I don't even think I've seen that, Nick.
They haven't.
Yeah, tornado possible.
Tornado possible.
Tornado possible. Considerable thunderstorm damage possible also. Tennis ball hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds.
Let's broaden things out to the home view and then go back into reflectivity if we can, just to sort of set the stage, because we do have some other storms to the north that are moving through Williamson County as well. There's our tornado warning for southern Hayes County, southwestern Caldwell County. We can't forget about you in southwestern Caldwell County too. You're right on that 80 area here south of Maxwell, where we could be getting a potential tornado, and then you do have severe thunderstorm warnings downstream. Now let's go to Williamson County, though. Okay. Let's go back to that storm. We haven't checked in on you in a while. That is moving through Georgetown now. Gerald, you're getting heavy rain right along 35. There's SH-130, so SH-130 getting the rain too. This is slipping south and will likely head into Travis County next. Whether it maintains itself as a severe storm or a non-severe storm has yet to be seen, but the warning itself is for a severe thunderstorm warning for northern sections, eastern sections of Williamson County. Does not include Round Rock at this point. Now let's go back to that tornado warning that we're still tracking for you. The worst of at least the potential tornado is out of San Marcos, but you're getting the massive hail, and you probably have been dealing with it for the last 10 or 15 minutes at least. The area of tightest rotation is right along 80, southwest of Maxwell, northeast of Redwood, right along that Caldwell County line. There's Caldwell County's line right there. And there's, of course, Hayes County.
Nick,
what are you getting?
We have a storm chaser that has measured a 5-inch hailstone. I don't know what that is. That's off the chart. Yeah. Is that getting up to be
grapefruit, perhaps?
Bigger than grapefruit. Grapefruit's 4.5. Larger than grapefruit. About a half inch bigger than grapefruit. Yeah, that's a storm chaser. Actually, that was a Johnson City hailstone.
Johnson City.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the storm that moved through Blanco County and is now into Hayes County. So it's had a history of producing incredibly large hail. So, yes, we've got a tornado warning, but we can't forget about the hail concerns with this. And not to mention the wind. There are all three modes of severe weather possible with this tornado-warned storm as it moves through southern Hayes County into southwestern Caldwell County. And it's right here that we could be dealing with a potential tornado still. Still not confirmed that we have a tornado on the ground, perhaps surprisingly. It's moving off to the southeast. Jim, we haven't put a track on the area of tightest rotation in a while.
I'll do that.
So let's
I'm going to switch radars real quickly, Nick. I'd love to see what GRK looks like on this storm.
Okay.
I know it's a good deal away, but we still see the hook there. Okay, I'll go right back to that. Let's track it.
We are still, it's heading right toward Luling.
Yeah, it definitely is. You folks in Luling, you may not be in a tornado warning, but the National Weather Service wants you to know that this storm could produce a tornado. And so I would treat it as if it were a tornado warning, and I would take my tornado precautions anyway. You folks that live along Highway 80, near and southeast now of San Marcos, you need to continue to take your tornado precautions because even though this storm may not have produced a tornado in San Marcos, Nick, I'm going to have to readjust this path for you.
Sure.
Even though you may not have seen a tornado touch down in San Marcos, this storm has the potential to produce a tornado at any time. So I would just go ahead and take tornado precautions if I were you.
Yeah, so take a look at some of the arrival times of the beginning of what is currently a tornado-warned storm. New Braunfels, that's just southwest of the tornado-warned storm, there at 8:46, if you know people down there. Lockhart, 8:47. Prairie Lea, 8:51. Kingsbury, 8:56. Luling at 9:01. And then you can see some of the other spots showing up there, too, farther downstream. But we think it's going to continue to move southeast right along that Caldwell County line. In fact, more into Caldwell County than than not. We do have that second severe storm.
Tornado warning has expired.
Oh, they expired the tornado warning.
The tornado warning, it has expired or been canceled. I can't see it.
Okay.
I believe it disappeared here. So let me just mention, Nick, that 5-inch hail measured by a storm chaser outside of Johnson City, that is DVD size hail.
DVD size.
DVD size hail.
That is a reference that some of in our audience might not quite get if you're young enough. We are getting some reports. San Marcos Police reporting windows broken by wind-blown hail at 8:36. Let's just confirm that they have no intentions in the meantime of reissuing a new tornado warning. Looks like it's a severe thunderstorm warning for very large hail. Still a tornado possible tag there for southern Caldwell County and far eastern sections of Hayes County.
Let me just tell the newsroom real quickly. We need crews dispatched to San Marcos. I think this is going to be a significant hail damage event, maybe wind damage event too. And we are so fortunate if a tornado has not touched down with that kind of signature going into San Marcos.
Okay, very good. So we're just going to clarify here that there's no expectation that they will be reissuing a new tornado warning, and as soon as we have that clarification, which it appears that they are not, then we will be able to return you to regular programming. But of course, if the National Weather Service then see any further tightening of this storm, then we will have to hop back on if they issue a new severe thunderstorm warning. So for right now, we are going to watch this storm as it moves through Caldwell County. There is no longer a tornado warning on it. That has been confirmed, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning for it. We'll keep watching this on CW Austin at 9 p.m. We'll continue our severe weather coverage in just 12 minutes time. So we'll see you then. We'll now return you to NBC programming in progress.